Human trafficking and slavery remain global problems, and awareness is obviously a key to ending them. As we approach My Freedom Day, Rafael Romo shows us how a play in Mexico City is trying to inform and empower audiences.
The play has been well received by audiences across Mexico, but the producer's goal goes well beyond getting standing ovations.
The audience realizes that anybody can be a victim of human trafficking, and it's shocking, and it brings you out of your comfort zone.
The play is called From Heaven to Hell. It makes the point in a not so subtle way that human trafficking and slavery are still happening today around the world.
Everybody can help to bring out the victims out of that situation. That's our main focus.
For one of the performers, getting on stage is not just about playing a role. Carla de la Cuesta says she was one of several young singers and actresses held captive and assaulted by an abusive talent manager.
It reminds me of the story I lived, even though I was never exploited for the purposes of prostitution, which is what the play From Heaven to Hell it talks about. But I endured 5 different forms of human trafficking punishable by Mexican law, and therefore I know very well the traffickers' modus operandi.
Audiences hear the stories of girls who have been tricked into prostitution and a life of sexual exploitation. The real victims that inspired the play sometimes appear side by side with the actresses at the end of the show. The idea originated several years ago when the play's producer says he had a conversation with the author of a book on human trafficking. It took them a couple of years to come up with the most effective and relatable way to take the book's message to the stage. Audiences seem to be getting the message.
It can happen to anybody, and that we shouldn't judge so easily at people that are in this type of situation because, well, they were tricked.
Actress Karenina Ivankovich, one of the actresses in the play, says every time she goes on stage, she thinks of those still held in bondage and the ones who will no longer be able to escape.
Hay muchas personas que no han salido.
There are many people who are still trapped and some others who lost their life. And it's very important that we don't forget about them and that we honor their memory knowing what's happening. We need to be courageous and raise our voices so that girls don't keep on getting kidnapped.
The show ends with an angel that saves one of the victims. Cast members say their hope is that anybody in the audience can be that next angel who saves a victim from human trafficking and slavery. Rafael Romo, CNN, Mexico City.